I built a budget 3D printed fume extractor, and today I'm going to show you how to assemble it. Even on the lowest settings, silent, it still does a great job, as you can see here, of removing the fumes while you're soldering. For this, ensure when you start you have all of the 3D printed files. There are links down below in the description to take you to MakerWorld, and all of the files, as always, are free of charge. Once you have the 3D printed files, as you can see here, you will also need a 120mm PWM fan, a USB-C port, a PWM fan controller, a rocker switch, an activated carbon filter, and a HEPA filter sheet. Links to all of this are on the MakerWorld listing. Tools you'll need are a soldering iron. I will leave a link to this press, it's not by me. A heat source for the heat shrink, M3 threaded inserts and bolts, a toolkit such as an iFixit kit, wire strippers, heat shrink, and wire terminals to connect everything together. You can of course solder if you find it's easier, but this is a quick and easy way. So first things first is to prepare the 3D printed pieces with heated inserts. It's been designed so the holes are perfect for M3 heated inserts, and if you use the press or simply do it by hand, you want to push them in so they are just below the ridge line of where you're pressing into. There are 4 on the base and there are 8 in total on the main core piece itself. And as you can see here, just below. When you've done this, it's recommended just to test that the bolts you are going to use go in and out without issue. Here they are, completed and finished. Next up, we're going to prepare the wires. Important to strip off around 10mm. When you're done, you want to twist and turn them over like this so you'll have a good contact when you're using your terminals. Once done, place your terminal connectors inside and crimp them. The correct way to set this up is to have your USB port with 2 female connectors, your rocker switch with 2 male connectors, and your PWM controller live to have female and your neutral to have a male connector. And this is how it should all connect when done. Please take note, I will show this again later on so you can make sure it's connected correctly when inserted into the base. You can see the live wire from the USB-C goes to the rocker switch. This then comes out and goes to the live wire of the PWM controller. The neutral wire from the USB-C port goes directly to the neutral wire of your PWM controller. This will ensure it all works correctly and the rocker switch controls the live current. So at this point, it's practical to assemble your base. So pop in your rocker switch. It should clip in nicely. I've tested this several times. Ensure it works. Then your USB-C port. It's important to use USB-C because this will enable us to provide 12 volt to the fan. If you're using USB-A, typically you are only going to be able to provide 5 volt, and 5 volt fans are a pain to come across these days. Insert your PWM controller, tighten the nut. If needed, you can use some pliers or something on the end. Ensure the PWM header is facing the bottom, so otherwise you'll have trouble getting the cable in. Then your volume knob, insert and check. And just as we described earlier, connect all of your cables together, ensuring before you connect them, you stick heat shrink on one side. As again here you can see from earlier, this is the correct order inside you want to be connecting the cables. Okay, so here, as I said, pop heat shrink on first. You only need about an inch or so, or a couple of millimeters either side of the terminals when completed. Once all connected, apply a heat source. This can be a lighter, as I am here, a heat gun, or a hairdryer even. Just be careful not to apply too much heat. And when completed, you'll have protected cables just like this. Now the assembly of the base is in place, we'll start to put the core together. The neck will only go in one way. I strongly suggest that you apply some glue here, although once all the internal components are fitted, it should friction fit where it is. Cut the corners off your carbon filter and pop this in the front. Then add your fan spacer. The holes should line up perfectly with your heated inserts. Thread the cable for your fan through the bottom of the neck and then pop your fan straight in. It should be a snug fit. You can test by connecting your USB port and PWM fan, and you'll see that it's starting to work. At this point, you want to make sure your fan is secured into place, so you'll use some M3 bolts, as we described earlier. Once secured, cut the HEPA filter sheet down to size and insert it into the HEPA filter housing you printed earlier, something like this. And then pop it on top of the fan. And then we can add the back plate and get it screwed into place. Again, M3 into your heated inserts. This will mean you can change out filters later on when you need to. And this is it with the filters, all complete, all in place, nice and simple. Now we're going to put the base on, pop your cables through the center and ensure that the words Fume Extractor are to the front of your filtered piece. It will only go in one way and it is a lovely tight friction fit. You don't need glue for this, but you can if you want. Once complete, pop on the front cover. Screw in the bottom, and any USB-C cable will power this up. Few things to note: USB-C needs to be fed from a 12-volt connection, such as a plug or a 12-volt power supply. Most USB ports only give out 5-volt. This will still work, however, it's worth noting if you want it to run at full speed the fan's capable of, use a 12-volt connector. And that's it. Nice and simple, works as it should. Any questions? Let me know on MakerWorld. I'll do my best to answer. This is my first video on YouTube, so I would appreciate it if you leave me some comments on anything I can do to improve. Thank you. As always, the files are completely free and all the information needed is on the MakerWorld link. Thank you.